talking about some different types of pellets, different sizes. You can see there's some different shapes and stuff like that. Like this one here is called a wad cutter. This is used for targets mainly. Some people use them for hunting and things like that. I use them for targets, and they're really accurate actually. They have a little hole in the back. It's called the skirt, and that helps create drag. Can affects the accuracy of the pellets. There's different sizes, different shapes. The four on the left are called small bore. Their size is 1, 7, 20, 22, and 25 calibers. You can see the third one there from the left is got a hole in it. That's called a hollow point, and that's supposed to expand when it has enough power hitting something. So it can expand in what's called mushrooming. So the head of it spreads apart further, or sometimes it'll break up, but you don't want it to break up. And there's like these dome-shaped type pellets, like right here. They have a lot of blunt force. And then over here you can see this type might have a solid base. And these are what you call a slug or a bullet. And you can see the two of them have a hollow point. And then over here, they have different shapes and stuff. So each one has its own purpose. This one here is a handmade one that somebody made, and I bought on eBay. And they have different weights, different diameters, different dimensions. So, but each one of these has a purpose for what you want to use it for: target shooting, or maybe hunting, things like that. The 177 on the left is almost the same size as a BB. So there's pistols and rifles and things like that that can shoot both BBs and pellets, like a maybe a 760 Pump Master or an 880. There's different types of guns that use both. So these are over here, the big bores. For me, I use them for target shooting to sight them in and stuff, and then I also use them for hunting. And the 35, the 45, 457, that's 357, 457, and 50 caliber. They you can buy air bolts for those, which are a long arrow, and you can change the tip on it just like you do with regular arrows, and use those for hunting in certain areas. So like there's a lot of states like Texas and stuff where you can use air guns with the air bolts to hunt deer and other things like that. And you have to go by the rules of the state and local areas and stuff if you want to use those. But again, these are the small bores over on the left, and I don't have all the different size calibers. All right, there's like a 257 in between here, and there's like a 308 in between here, and maybe a 44 in between here, and maybe some other sizes too, and even bigger sizes than 50 caliber. On the Lewis and Clark expedition, I think there was one that was a 60 something caliber. I don't remember exactly. But there's armies that have used pellet rifles instead of powder burning rifles. The United States was going to do it, but in the Revolutionary War, but because of the cost, they stuck with powder burning rifles instead of air rifles. So that's a little history for you, and I hope this gives you an idea of different size pellets. And each size pellet, like a 177 or a 20 or 22, whatever, Each one has different kinds of pellets available, or slugs, and they also have different weights. So just because this one's a wad cutter doesn't mean that you can't get these other shapes. You can get them with polymer tips, pointed pellets. Crossman uses their pointed pellets to check the velocity of their guns. So 7.4 Crossman pointed pellet would be used to check the 177 caliber guns for velocity that they advertise their guns at, as an example. But I just want to give you a little knowledge on that. And I can be wrong on some of my information, and if you want to send me a correction, that's fine. All right, this is it.